rejoice and come in. Enter, rejoice and come in. Today will be a joyful day. Enter, rejoice and come in. Open your ears to the song. Open your ears to the song. Today will be a joyful day. Enter, rejoice and come in. Open your hearts, everyone. Open your hearts, everyone. Today will be a joyful day. Enter, rejoice and come in. Don't be afraid of some change. Don't be afraid of some change. Today will be a joyful day. Enter, rejoice and come in. Enter, rejoice and come in. Enter, rejoice and come in. Today will be a joyful day. Enter, rejoice and come in.
I like that sound. Welcome, friends gathered in the sanctuary, on Zoom, and later on the YouTube channel. It's so good to be together. Welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Fellowship of Franklin, to the Smoky Mountains of Western North Carolina and Northeast Georgia, and the ancestral home of the Cherokees. We are a lay-led congregation of progressive minds and caring connections. My name is Jill Ellern, and I'm delighted to be your service leader today. We extend a warm welcome to those who are maybe visiting us today for the first time or returning after a while. We're also so glad you are with us and look forward to meeting you more later. There's an opportunity to introduce yourself later in the service, and please sign up for our newsletter and guest book in the foyer. As we gather each Sunday, we take a moment to greet each other on Zoom and here in the sanctuary, affectionately called the Zoomies and the Roomies. Roomies, please stand in body and spirit for our wave hello and stay standing for our gathering. The camera is over in this corner. And now our gathering song, Spirit of Life.
Spirit of life, come unto me, sing in my heart all the sterns of compassion, blow in the wind.
sticky phrases, but hey,
Please be seated.
we're making progress.
This simple act of connections remind us that despite our differences, we're all part of a loving community. Next is our church-related announcement. We appreciate the Sunday service team, Warren, Becky, Ben, Edgar, Penny on Zoom. We didn't have a greeter today, so yes. Is there any fellowship? Well, there's fellowship announcements. It's been a little bit since I've done this, so excuse me. COVID and other viruses have receded as the weather has gotten warmer. Please feel free to take use of the masks that are in the entrance and social distancing via Zoom as you wish to keep yourself and all of us healthy and safe. Please respect those around you who wish to distance themselves. We encourage people to keep current on their vaccinations. A reminder that anyone testing positive for significant exposure should call our president, Jude Lowry. Please, if you make sure you keep to date with checking the UU View, the website, or the bulletin board downstairs in Celebration Hall. Is there any other announcements? Looks like there is. Our fellowship is a light for liberal religion in the mountains that values diversity and the richness that it brings to our community. Our celebrations of diversity are reflected in the variety of our Sunday services. In addition to different topics, our service sequence and length can vary. We hope today's service enriches your journey of discovery. As Unitarian Universalists, we draw from many sources, and this is the first principle, I think, respect for all beings, and seventh, I don't know which one it is. Now I don't know. What do you think? Mary, please tell me. I had it written down, and I think I used it from the last one, so whoops.
Spiritual growth for individuals.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, I love that. Thank you. Thank you.
Repeat it for Zoom.
Spiritual growth of our people.
Support each other in our spiritual growth.
Yes. I've been said that I'm just the right amount of wrong, so that's where we are. Let's do our chalice lighting. As we light this chalice, we celebrate the sacred gift that flows through us with each moment, our breath. We gather in joy for the invisible miracle that sustains all life. With each inhaling, we receive endless possibilities. With each exhale, we share our gifts with the world. Some among us know intimately how precious each breath truly is. They teach us that breath is not merely a function, but grace, not just biology, but a profound blessing. Their wisdom shows us how to live with deep appreciation and fuller hearts. May this flame remind us that we are beautifully connected by the same air, the same sacred rhythm of receiving and giving back. May we breathe together in a community, sharing joy, compassion, and the radiant gift of presence. Let us hold for a moment of silence, breathing together in gratitude and connection. I thought I knew how to run this. Today we gather to listen and learn from voices that remind us that life's profound gifts are here. We welcome stories that teach us about resilience, about finding joy in every day, and about the extraordinary strength that lives within ordinary moments. Cystic fibrosis is a genetic condition that affects the lungs and the digestive system, making breathing and processing nutrients more challenging than most of us can imagine. It requires daily treatments, medications, and a vigilance about health that becomes a way of life. Yet, CF touches many lives in ways that extend beyond medical definitions. Those who live with it, families who love them, researchers who dedicate their careers to understanding it, and communities who wrap around them with care. In these stories, we found not limitations, but limitless spirit, not struggle alone, but triumph. Not just medical facts, but human truth. What does it mean to live life fully, love deeply, even that every breath matters? We discovered teachers who show us how to embrace each day with gratitude and how to find strength that we didn't know we had, and how to build communities of extraordinary support. We come together knowing that each person's journey has something sacred to teach us about courage, about joy, and about the precious gift of just being alive. Is this the next song? Yes? I'm introducing it? Oh, okay. My life. Song.
I hear the reel far off hymn that tells a new creation. Through all the tumult and the strife, I hear the music ringing. It sounds an echo in my soul. How can I keep from singing? What the tempest round me roars, I know the truth it liveth. What though the darkness round me glows, songs in the night it giveth. No storm can shake my inmost calm, while to the rock I'm clinging. Since love prevails in heaven and earth, how can I keep from singing? When tyrants tremble as they hear the bells of freedom ringing, when friends rejoice both far and near, how can I keep from singing? To prison cell and dungeon vile, our thoughts to them are ringing. When friends by shame are undefiled, how can I keep from singing?
But oh well. Today we present the first episode of Inside the Sacred Chalice Studio. I love Inside the Actors Studio. This is my mouth of Inside the Actors Studio. This is an intimate conversation about life, breath, and resilience with Morgan Henry, who lives with cystic fibrosis. I'm sure you're aware, I work at Southwestern Community College, helping faculty teach students in the health sciences. A few months ago, I was helping the respiratory therapy students as they were learning to support CPAP machines with the two faculty in respiratory therapy, both Gretchen and Morgan. During that classroom setting, Morgan talked openly with her students about the possibility of a much shorter lifespan because of her diagnosis with cystic fibrosis. Her frankness about it and her matter-of-factness inspired me to ask her to join us today to talk about how she arrived at that place of acceptance. The Sacred Chalice Studio is proud to welcome Morgan Henry to the chair for the interview. Welcome, Morgan. I know you're nervous, but keep looking at me, if that'll work.
I have my
Don't
answers
notice
written
them
down
as
on my
you
phone,
have
too.
okay. Today, we're honored to sit with this remarkable individual whose life is an extraordinary tapestry, offering us profound insights into resilience, determination, and the very spirit of human will. Let's start at the very beginning.
Okay.
You were diagnosed with a CF at just 18 months old, you told me.
Mm-hmm.
Can you share a bit about your early life and how your family, particularly your mother, navigated your health and what it's like to grow up with the understanding that your health challenges are there and perhaps final?
So whenever I was born with a duplication of the bowels. So I was rushed straight into surgery. They didn't let my mom hold me when I was born. They didn't let my dad hold me. So they told her after surgery, after I got done and was put in the NICU, that she could see me the next day. So at midnight that night, she, after a C-section, still healing, all that, she got up and walked halfway across the hospital. It was at Mission Hospital, and at that time, the
That's a
NICU,
big one.
and the labor delivery section was way far apart. They're next to each other now, but before, so she walked all the way across the hospital at midnight to just see me and hold me. So she's always, especially my mom, but my whole family's always been very supportive and very involved in my life and in my care. Both of my grandparents smoked before I was born, and so once I was diagnosed, my mom was like, "No, you can't smoke or you can't see her anymore." So they both quit cold turkey.
Aw.
So they could be in my life. But yeah, after surgery, I had a colostomy bag. I was never alone in the NICU. I always had someone stay there with me. Same with any time I was in the hospital. I would always have either my mom or my papa stay with me the whole time. They would sleep on the couch or on the floor in the hospital or on a little cot. And if you've ever stayed in the hospital, those are very uncomfortable.
I think they do it on purpose.
Yeah, especially 2 weeks at a time. Or months at a time, so, yeah.
So,
Jill, can we move her mic closer? Because it's hard to hear her.
Sorry.
can you, or move up to it a little bit?
Is that better?
Thank you.
Okay. I talk fast too, I'm sorry.
Let's hold off for a second.
Okay.
I think we got
mic is just not working.
Oh, okay.
They're gonna work magic.
they have to move some magic.
I'll try to speak louder. I used to be a cheerleader, so. But
Oh, we're gonna try a different one.
is that better?
Say something.
Say
Hello?
something.
Hello?
Hello.
I'm not sure. Do you want to hold it?
Okay, I'll do that.
Jill,
Yeah.
can we start that answer?
The answer?
Yeah, so that we missed the beginning.
Oh, wow.
We'll do it over.
Okay.
Just that one answer, Jill, not the whole interview.
Do you want to answer? So how did you, when your diagnosis, tell us a bit about your early life. Let's talk about, so you were in the hospital, and your mother had a C-section. Please tell us that again.
So whenever I was born, I had a duplication of the bowels, and I was rushed straight into surgery.
Can they hear?
Better?
Do you want me to share this mic? Okay. Can we move it closer? because I can talk loud too. Or she can hold that one. Do you want to hold it? How about now?
Is that better?
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Wow. So let's talk about when you were a kid.
So I had a very good childhood, really. There was one very, profound moment, was when my parents had to separate, and that was very heavy for me because I was kind of the cause of it. In order to be eligible for Medicaid, you have to meet a certain income. And so together, my parents
Made too much
made
money.
too much money, so I wouldn't have been eligible for Medicaid if they stayed together. So they made a very hard decision to legally separate. So for 15 years, they lived apart. Me and my sister lived with my mom. So it was a very, they didn't really want me to know that I was the reason that they separated, so they tried to keep it hidden, but I mean, I figured it out, and so it's a burden that I still carry because that's time that they could have been together and they didn't because of me. So
And you said that your dad took a job he didn't like.
yes, yeah. In
What
order
was he
to get, so he works at the Lyndon B. Johnson Job Corps in Franklin. He works with the maintenance. It's a federal job, so they have really good benefits, health care benefits. So that is why he took it, so that I could have good health care along with the Medicaid. And so he's hated that job my whole life, but he stuck with it just so that I could have
That's very
the
sweet of
insurance,
him.
Yeah.
And were you in the hospital much during that period?
Yes, so at least twice or 3 times a year, all the way through, up to about 2019 when I started Trikafta, we'll get to that. I was in the hospital 2 weeks to a month at a time, just depending. They are called tune-ups, where you go into the hospital, you get treatments 4 times a day, so that would be like breathing treatments, the vest, which is a little vest that shakes you and breaks up the mucus to help you cough it up.
We have pictures of it
Yeah.
we'll show
Okay,
later.
Cool. And so, yeah, they would do that. You'd have to do physical therapy, IV fluids, antibiotics, all that. They would put in a PICC line or an IV. So all throughout my life, I've been in and out of hospitals, doctor appointments that last hours on hours, too many to count blood draws, all that good stuff.
Wow.
Yeah.
How did that affect you mentally? I mean,
I definitely think I have some trauma. from it all.
PTSD?
Yeah, for sure.
it's amazing you're working in hospitals with
Yeah.
this.
It's kind of just felt like a second home because I've been there so much, so it just was a natural fit.
Wow. Despite the challenges, you weren't allowed to use it as an excuse, you said. How did that philosophy fuel your drive in school, like cheerleading at the age of 5 through high school, serving as a captain, earning all-American honors? Those are pretty remarkable achievements, especially with CF. What does cheerleading mean to you and all those achievements?
So I tried every sport before I was in kindergarten up to first grade. I hated them all except for cheerleading. So I found a home and a passion in cheerleading, and it really helped keep me healthy all throughout my life. I don't think I would have been as
You have to move
good,
around.
Yeah, and as strong. And you have to yell and breathe deeply to yell. So
I hadn't thought of that. Wow.
yeah, I think it really helped keep me at my baseline. But it also taught me a lot as a person, helped me grow as an individual. And I had a coach, Jennifer Lynn Turner. I don't know if it's Jennifer Turner Lynn. I don't know if you guys know her, but she's amazing. So she's
She's
been a
local
mentor.
here?
Yeah.
So you grew up around here
Yeah. Always
and
been-
went to Franklin High School?
Yeah.
Wow. That's cool. But you mentioned your mom not wanting to let you use it as a crutch. How did she do that?
So, children try to fake that they're sick to get out of school. I would try to do that and use my CF, I don't feel well. She wouldn't let me do that. I'd have to go to school. She didn't let me get like any, I say let, she didn't, I don't know how to explain it, but I didn't have to have any like IEPs or like accommodations in school. She just made me work harder, especially if I was in the hospital and missed school. I would just have to work as hard to get all that done while I was in the hospital. So she kept up with my academics, and I really thrived in academia.
Yep. Oh, did they lose us again? Okay. Can you hear me now?
They can hear you, they can't hear Morgan.
Oh, okay. You need to talk more louder, girl.
Okay.
The microphone issue.
Directional microphone, I'm sorry.
How about now? We can, yep,
Better?
yes. Okay. You chose to be a respiratory therapist and graduated from SCC in 2016. What inspired that career path, and how was your personal experience with CF influencing your approach to your profession and your interaction with the patients? That's a lot of ideas there, all squished together. But first, let's talk about going into respiratory therapy.
So in and out of the hospital, a big part of the tune-ups is doing your breathing treatments in the vest and all that. So the respiratory therapists were the ones that came in and did all that with me. So I got to spend a lot of time with respiratory and nursing. I initially wanted to go into nursing. I started to do my CNA, and I realized that I hated it. So
What part?
the poop part,
the poop, yeah.
anything below the waist down,
I've heard
not
that.
for me.
Spittle is okay,
Yeah,
but
I'm good with sputum and snot, but anything else, not for me.
yeah.
So
There's a
I
lot
found
of-
that out very quickly.
It's true, it's something that we know about nurses.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And nurses, they don't like sputum and snot, but they're fine with anything else, any other bodily fluids. So
Very
it's-
strange.
It's one or the other. But it just felt like a natural fit.
And did you find it challenging?
Not really. I knew a lot from my time in the hospital, so
Being a patient
yeah,
taught you a lot.
was kind of just natural. I kind of just clicked with it.
Very cool. And after high school, your life took many turns. You've got marriage, moving, starting a career. But when you faced a major setback with a lung infection that required 9 months of IV fluids, that was pretty amazing. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
So after I graduated my associate's degree from SCC, I got married in my last semester there. And right after I graduated, I moved to Texas with my ex-husband. He was in the Air Force. So he ended up cheating on me a couple times. I tried to make it work. And during that time, I had to be in the hospital in Texas for about 2 weeks because my PFTs were declining. PFT is pulmonary function test. So I had to be in the hospital. The hospital there wasn't so great with following like CF protocols. It was a CF center, but they weren't very strict. So CF patients should always be like 6 feet apart, always wear a mask around each other. Because like I can't give my infections to normal people, but CF people can pass their infections to each other.
Are they unique infections?
Yeah.
Ah.
So we're contagious to each other, but not everybody else. So they would put us, they would put like 3 or 4 CF patients in one elevator together. They would tell us to each be in a corner, but
You're breathing the same air.
elevators aren't 6
Yeah.
feet apart,
And they keep
you're
the air.
enclosed.
I mean, you just go back and forth in
Yeah.
the same air.
So I ended up getting an infection called Mycobacterium abscessus, which is kind of in the same sphere as tuberculosis, but not tuberculosis. So that is why I had to be on IVs for 9 months, and they put in a PICC line. I would go to work with my IVs, going into patient rooms with my little IV pole.
Wow.
Yeah, and they made me really sick. So like I would be nauseous. I couldn't go out in the sun. Kind of made my skin feel like I was getting pricked by needles. So it was a really, really rough time.
What kept you going forward?
My family. In that time, I moved back to Franklin. Me and my ex-husband were still together, but they really kept me sane and kept me positive during that time. And then towards the end of that 9 months, my ex-husband cheated again, and then we got divorced.
Wow.
So,
Have there been times when the reality of living with CF felt particularly heavy? And so, if so, how did you navigate those feelings?
when I was in high school, and this is kind of the first time that I really was made aware of like the seriousness, and
It was high school.
yeah,
Wow.
it was my sophomore year. That's when I hated going to my doctor offices. So they told me, that's when my PFT started kind of like on a downward trend. They told me that I would have until about 37 to live. So that is when it started to feel, okay, this is something that's gonna get me sometime or another. And then during COVID was also a really heavy time. My doctor didn't let me work. He told me to take FMLA, so I took FMLA, ended up getting terminated because I couldn't go back to work. My doctor wouldn't let me. So I didn't leave my house except to go to my mom's. Couldn't go to the store anywhere, couldn't be around people for several months. So I was very isolated, and I was on Trikafta at that point. And so
Yeah, I'm gonna ask that next here.
Did
Did you ever feel an urgency to do things quickly once you realized that you have until 36?
Yes, so
It's like a ticking time
Yeah.
bomb. That's what inspired me to talk to you, because
Yeah.
well, most of us, hope that it's sometime in our 80s or 90s. Isn't that right?
No.
But you actually have kind of a date.
Mm-hmm.
That must wear.
Yeah.
You do things quicker
I
because of it?
do. I got married very quick because I thought that that's what I needed to do. And I've also tried to travel as much as I could. Same with like getting degrees. I'm trying to get them done as quickly as possible so that I have them. But, yeah. So,
Makes you feel better to
Yeah.
do some of those things.
yeah.
In the fall of 2019, two significant things happened, you said. You started your master's degree and you began this new drug. What's it called again?
Trikafta.
Yeah, it's a breakthrough medication. How did it profoundly change your health, and how do you combine that with the onset, well, you've already mentioned, of COVID, led you to describe it as one of the darkest periods of your life? You did mention that
Yeah,
to me.
yeah. For the COVID, that was why, because I was so isolated. For Trikafta, before.
Is it a shot or a pill?
No, it's 2 pills. 2 pills in the morning, 1 pill at night. You have to take them 12 hours apart. And they came out with that in 2019, and it has drastically changed my life. So before Trikafta, I would have to go in the hospital for 2 to 3 weeks at a time. Yeah. At least 3 times a year. Go to the ERs for,
A cold.
rescue, yeah. So my PFTs were declining. They were getting into like the 40s and 50s. So
What's
very bad.
PFTs?
Pulmonary function testing. So
Okay,
that's
sorry.
when you blow into a machine and it tells you how good your lungs are doing.
Oh, okay.
So mine were getting down into like the 40s and 50s,
So you
which
weren't
is
pushing out
severe.
enough air?
Yeah.
I see.
So they was getting to this severe point. So I was declining pretty rapidly. The 37 was probably more like early 30s at that point, if nothing changed.
And how old are you today?
I'm 28.
Okay.
Yeah. So with Trikafta, my PFTs they've been in the 90s for 5 years. Yeah. I haven't had to be in the hospital for 5 years, haven't had to be on
Wow.
IVs or really oral antibiotics. So it's really like a kind of a cure.
Breath of fresh air, if you
Yeah.
pardon the expression?
Yeah, it's a miracle drug for sure.
Wow. What kind of support systems proved the most valuable when you were trying to build your person after the COVID?
My family and my close friends. So I have 2 really close friends. They're very supportive, and my family, mostly just my family. They've always been there. They always make sure that I'm being compliant with my medicines and all that. When I was young, I loved Xena, the warrior princess. I have a tattoo of it too. But my mom would tell me that my vest was like her armor, so
That's pretty cool.
how she would get me to do my treatments when I was a young child. So
Wow.
they found very interesting ways to get me to comply with what they wanted me to do and what I needed to do.
You were compliant.
I am not a very compliant person, except with my Trikafta.
Yeah.
I do
It merged so
religiously
good.
take that. Yeah.
And 12 hours is a hard one.
Yeah.
You did that for 3 years, 4 years? A lot of years, isn't it? A lot of years, that's hard.
It is, yeah.
So emerging from that difficult period, you bravely negotiated and left the abusive relationships. You returned to work. You continued your education. How did these steps continue to contribute to your journey of rebuilding, and what do they mean when you returned to Southwestern Community College, the college where your career began? Now you're an educator.
I am, yes. So I was asked in 2023, by Gretchen to come
You knew her?
to my position. Well, not really, no. She
You
knew
applied.
of me.
Did you actually apply, or
I
did
did,
she
yeah.
found you? Okay.
She found me, and then I applied.
Okay.
So she asked me to come do that, so I applied, and I've been in that position for on my 3rd year now, and so it's a really cool, like, full circle moment where I've been a patient, then I was a student, then a practitioner, and now I'm teaching students to serve patients. So
Like
it's a
you-
really,
like
yeah,
yourself.
Yeah. So I hope that I have my students as RTs someday when I need them, and make sure that they're doing what I told them.
I went to the emergency room 3 weeks ago, and one of the students from the nursing students said, "Jill, why are you here?" I was like, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Looking at your life now, you describe yourself as happy, healthy, and confident. With the medical advances, how do you process the idea that you're going to live longer than you anticipated?
It's scary. There's a lot of things that I didn't think that I would be able to do that
Like
now
what?
I like traveling more. I'm getting my doctorate degree now. Very excited. So yeah, there's just it's kind of overwhelming in a way, but very exciting. Because I didn't think I would be able to, and like the possibility of maybe having a family one day too. When I was first married, my ex-husband told me that he didn't want to have kids with me because I would die and then leave him as a single father.
That's nice. That has things to your head.
Yeah. So now I'm like, oh, well, I may be able to be a mom someday and be able to live and see them grow and see grandchildren maybe one day. So,
That's neat.
yeah.
That's neat. What brings you the greatest sense of purpose and meaning to your life right now?
Right now is my job and being able to travel and see the world and different cultures. I really enjoy that. Me and my mom are actually leaving Tuesday to go to on a cruise to Italy, Greece, and Croatia. So I'm excited for that.
That's cool. And living with CF shaped your sense of self and identity. How would you describe yourself beyond your diagnosis?
So I am very much an introvert. I'm a people pleaser, which is a big part of why I did this, was to please you, but I'm glad I did it. I'm glad I'm here. I'm a feminist.
didn't know that. I would have been a little carefuler.
No.
I just saw it and I was like, oh, we have to have her to come.
I'm glad I'm here. I'm a Libra. I was born September 30th, so Libras really value like fairness and justice, which I do too. I'm a feminist, educator. I try to be an advocate and an ally. So those are.
Wow. Are there things that you've done quickly because you were worried that dying you wouldn't be able to do?
Mm-hmm. Traveling.
You're
and,
traveling,
like,
you
getting married.
mentioned.
Yeah.
Sorry, going back to traveling,
Yeah.
but is there anything personal? Okay. Is your understanding of morality something that is a distinct I mean, you said you believe in justice, I think you said. Is there something about living with a deadline make that different in your head?
That's an interesting question. No, I feel like I would still have the same values and morals even if I didn't have my condition. I don't think my disease has shaped that part of me
Okay,
in any way.
okay. What brings you the greatest sense of purpose and meaning to your life?
Travel and family.
Family?
Yeah.
Very cool. I don't want to keep on asking the questions that we've asked here, but
Some duplicates.
Is there anything specific you hope our congregation will take away from hearing your story today?
Can't hear you.
Is there anything significant you hope that our congregation will take away from hearing about your story today?
I hope you guys see that life doesn't have to be perfect to be purposeful. Everyone carries something. Mine just happens to have a specific name. And my story isn't about an illness. It's about perseverance, faith, and my community, the people that have walked beside me. And if I could leave you with one piece of wisdom, it's to keep being resilient and persevere, and you never know what the next day is going to bring. It could be a miracle, and your life may change all over again, and you have to adapt to that.
Those are good words. Okay. So, as an inside the actor studio, I'd like to finish with Bernard Pivo's questionnaire to Morgan. Morgan, what is your favorite word?
Justice.
What is your least favorite word?
Trump.
What turns you on creatively, spiritually, or emotionally?
I really like the idea of reincarnation and self-growth and fairness.
What turns you off?
Bigotry and hypocrisy.
You had a chance to think about
I
this.
did.
What
I
is-
like these questions.
What is your favorite curse word?
My favorite curse word is fuck. I feel like it adds a flourish to everything. There's multiple meanings for it.
And it can be a
so-
noun or a verb or an
Yeah,
adverb,
exactly.
or it's just a great
Yeah.
word. I agree with you. What sound or noise do you love?
Ocean waves. I love the ocean.
What sound or noise do you hate?
A baby screaming.
What profession other than your own would you like to attempt?
Interior design. I've always been really good at it, but I was told you can never really do much with that or you won't make good money, so it's not a career, but I would love to do that.
What profession would you not like to do?
Anything with accounting or financing. I hate math and money.
Or anything below the waist.
yeah,
So-
that too.
If heaven exists, what would you like to hear God say when you arrive at the pearly gates?
I would like to hear them say you don't have to worry anymore, that it's okay to relax and just be.
That's nice. So I want to thank Morgan for being here and being at our first Inside the Sacred Chalice studio. Thank you so much, Morgan.
Thank you
That
for
was really
having
great.
me. Sorry you couldn't hear me.
Oh, wow. Yes. I'm sorry. Definitely.
I was wondering, and I know they can't hear me on Zoom, so
We'll
you'll have to
repeat it.
repeat this. Were there any foods that you couldn't eat that you can now eat?
No, so actually it's the opposite way with Trikafta. I cannot eat grapefruit. It interacts with the medicines. But before I could eat anything, now I just can't eat grapefruit.
Okay, thanks.
Anybody have any else?
Bonnie.
Ah.
Thank you for having me.
I really appreciate your being here. I especially wanted to come because when we first moved to these mountains 26 almost years ago, a gentleman I met who's a name in horticulture, he's a nice guy, he had a young daughter who had CF. And she didn't live very long. And when I heard you were speaking, I was really interested in your story. And does everybody here probably knows what the CF stands for? Did you talk about it?
We talked about
They know about it, okay. So anyway, I'm really glad you're here, but my question to you is, justice, I was just curious about why that is your favorite word, if maybe there was something propelling you to automatically say justice.
I just feel very deeply and passionately that everybody deserves fair treatment and also equitable treatment, not really equality, because other people need different things to be on the same level as other people. So I feel very strongly that is something that, especially like healthcare providers and educators should strive to provide to all their patients and students.
Yeah, despite the way a lot of healthcare, being sold and all this
Yeah.
stuff's going. Thank you. Appreciate your being here.
Thank you.
Anybody else? Oh, is there anybody on Zoom that would like to ask a question? I don't see anybody. Anybody in the chat? No? Well, thank you, Morgan. We really, hopefully she will be downstairs for more conversation with her. Join us. And so let's move on to visitors. It is a joy to welcome you today. If you would like to introduce yourselves, please raise your hand on Zoom. And let's see if there's any visitors on Zoom. No? Okay. Is there any in the sanctuary? Is your folks already? Okay. Is there any birthdays or anniversaries? Oh, there's a birthday. Can we sing a happy birthday to you with our tambourines and stuff?
Yay. Who wants to make some music? Anybody want a music maker? Anybody? Oh, there we go. On that side? Okay, I got these.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Robbie. Happy birthday to you.
You can also go clap, clap, clap. Ta ta ta.
Let's do pebbles for joys and concerns. A pebble cast into a pond causes ripples that spread in all directions. We take this moment to reflect on our joys and concerns and acknowledging the mutual support of our community. If you would like to we welcome you to do a brief special joy or concern, and I will drop a pebble into the water. We'll begin with Warren, who has a special note for us today. One last pebble as we remember those that have spoken, those who have been named, and those that we hold in the silence of our hearts. Now we invite you to a moment of silence. You can choose to meditate, to pray, to reflect on something you heard today, or simply sit in the company of others. I'll bring you back with the chimes. Da, da, da. All right. In closing, we honor the extraordinary resilience of individuals living with cystic fibrosis and the unwavering dedication of their families and their caregivers. Their courage in the face of daily challenges is an inspiration to us all. This journey is not walked alone. It is a testament to the power of the community, support, and shared hope. Let us continue to stand together and be an advocate for better lives and a brighter future for everybody that is infected. We have a closing song. Hopefully we have words this time. But it's in your hymnal 318. Is that correct? Did I do that right? Yep, 318. We would be one.
We would be one, as now we join in singing our hymn of love, to pledge ourselves anew to that high cause of greater understanding of who we are and what in us is true. We would be one in living for each other, to show to all a new community. We would be one in building for tomorrow a nobler world than we have known today. We would be one in searching for that meaning which binds our hearts and points us on our way. As one we pledge ourselves to greater service, with love and justice strive to make us free.
I like that song. Our chalice lighting, as we extinguish this flame, the light lives within us with every breath we take. Through the chalice flame, although the chalice flame fades, the breath of life flows even brighter. We leave this sacred space to carry on in joy and wonder, breathing in hope and breathing out love that may transform the world. May every breath be a reminder of life's abundance and the power to make each moment sacred. Go in peace. Breathe deeply in all of the beauty of God's gifts and life's gifts. Thank you for joining us today. Following the service, those on Zoom are invited to continue the conversation. Morgan's going to join you for a little bit. And those in the sanctuary are invited to social time downstairs in Celebration Hall. What is next week?
Reverend Charlotte is going to join us again on Zoom. What's the difference between liberal theology and liberal politics?
That's right. Did everyone hear that?
You have to repeat it for Zoom.
Okay, so Reverend Charlotte is joining us on Zoom again. And she's going to the difference between liberal theology versus liberal politics. What's the difference? Okay. Sorry. Apparently my brain is not working as well as I hoped. Please rise in body and spirit. Those in the sanctuary can choose to hold hands. Now join us as we together as we recite our closing covenant. Are we ready? Love is the spirit of this congregation, and community is its goal. This is our great covenant, to gather together in peace, to seek the truth in love, and to help one another. So may it be. Now it's time to wave to the Zoomies and the Roomies to say bye. Go in peace.